Three simple nuts, when eaten the right way, could help bring back stronger erections, more energy, and better performance for men over 60. That's not marketing, it's biology. If you've been feeling slower in the bedroom, waking up without morning wood, or just not quite yourself lately, what I'm about to share might be the simplest fix you've never considered. You don't need pills, prescriptions, or complicated supplements. You need the right fuel. I'm Dr. Thomas, a urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men restore their vitality and confidence. In this video, I'll walk you through three powerful nuts that I've personally recommended to hundreds of men in my clinic. They're natural, accessible, and more effective than most people realize. The first nut improves blood flow by increasing nitric oxide, which is essential for firm and lasting erections. The second has been clinically shown to improve erection strength, duration, and satisfaction. The third is a hormonal powerhouse, helping boost testosterone naturally while also protecting the prostate. Each one targets a different system involved in male sexual health. But when combined, they don't just add up, they multiply. Together, they create a powerful synergy that supports circulation, hormonal balance, and physical response. And the best part? You only need a few minutes a day to see results. Men over 60 often ask me, isn't this just part of aging? And I always tell them the same thing. Aging doesn't mean surrendering. It means adapting, getting smarter about how you support your body. And that starts with what you put on your plate. In this video, I'll show you exactly which nuts to eat, how much you need, when to take them, and why this simple routine can make a real difference in how you feel and perform. If you've been struggling quietly or just want to feel like yourself again, this may be the most practical and powerful tip you hear all week. Before we dive into the first nut, the one I call the Circulation King, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post new content designed specifically to help men over 60 feel stronger, more energized, and more in control of their health. All right, let's begin. Number one, walnuts, the Circulation King. Let's start with a nut that could quietly transform how you perform. If you're a man over 60 and your erections aren't what they used to be, there's a good chance poor blood flow is at the heart of the issue. And one of the best natural ways to support better circulation is surprisingly simple: walnuts. Performance always starts with healthy blood flow. Without it, even the best hormone levels or the strongest desire won't make much of a difference. As men age, especially men over 60, the blood vessels start to stiffen, and nitric oxide levels, the molecule responsible for relaxing those vessels, start to decline. That's where walnuts come into play. Walnuts are a rich source of L-arginine, an amino acid that helps your body produce nitric oxide. This is essential for relaxing and widening blood vessels so blood can move freely, especially to the areas that matter most for sexual performance. Low nitric oxide often means weaker erections, longer recovery time, and less stamina. But when that pathway is restored, the results can be surprisingly quick. On top of that, walnuts provide omega-3 fatty acids, known for their anti-inflammatory and cardiovascular benefits. Inflammation can silently damage the inner lining of your blood vessels, making it harder for your body to respond when arousal begins. By lowering inflammation and improving blood vessel function, walnuts support not just stronger erections, but also better energy and brain health. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Leonard, who was 67 when he came into my office. He said, "Doc, I still love my wife, but my body just isn't keeping up." We ran some basic cardiovascular and hormone tests, and nothing major was out of balance except his nitric oxide levels. I told him to try something simple. Every night, after dinner, he added a small handful of walnuts to his routine. 3 weeks later, Leonard returned with a very different tone. "I'm waking up with better erections," he told me, "and I feel sharper, less sluggish." He hadn't taken a single pill, just real food, working with his body instead of against it. This is why I often call walnuts the Circulation King. They address one of the root causes of declining performance for men over 60, not by masking the problem, but by supporting the systems that actually fix it. And the best part? They're easy to find, easy to eat, and easy to remember. Just a small handful each night can make a world of difference. You're not just improving blood flow, you're giving your body permission to feel alive again. If that message resonates with you, consider subscribing to the channel so you won't miss what's coming next. And if you've ever had results with walnuts or have questions, leave a comment below or share your story. You never know who else it might help. Number 2, pistachios, the erection enhancer. If circulation is the foundation of performance, then erection quality is the next level. And one of the best foods to improve erection strength and stamina naturally might surprise you. It's not a supplement or some exotic powder. It's a nut you've probably eaten without realizing its power: pistachios. Pistachios are often seen as a casual snack, but what most men don't know is that they're backed by clinical research for improving erectile function. These nuts are rich in L-arginine, just like walnuts, which helps increase nitric oxide levels and support blood flow. But pistachios offer something more: a unique combination of healthy fats, antioxidants, and plant sterols that directly enhance erection performance. One landmark study from Ataturk University in Turkey followed men with erectile dysfunction who ate a daily serving of pistachios for 3 weeks. The results were impressive. Participants reported firmer erections, longer duration, and higher satisfaction without any medications involved. Just pistachios once a day. I've seen similar results in my own practice. One of my patients, Martin, was 72 years old. He had no major health problems, exercised regularly, but said intimacy just wasn't the same anymore. Mentally, I'm there, he told me, but physically, it feels like I'm fading. He had tried the usual pills, but the side effects left him lightheaded and embarrassed. What he wanted was something natural, something his body could respond to without side effects. I recommended something simple. Each afternoon after lunch, he started eating a handful of unsalted pistachios. That was it. No prescriptions, no pressure. Within 2 weeks, he told me things were shifting. His morning erections were back. He felt more responsive during intimacy. And most importantly, he said, it feels natural again, like my body's finally waking up. So what makes pistachios so effective? Beyond L-arginine, they're loaded with powerful antioxidants like lutein and beta-carotene that protect blood vessels from oxidative stress. They also help lower LDL cholesterol, which improves overall vascular function. This matters because when arteries are clear and elastic, more blood can reach the areas that need it most. For men over 60, these kinds of improvements can be life-changing. When your body starts to respond again, so does your confidence. And confidence is half the battle when it comes to intimacy and connection. If you've been hesitant to try medications or you've felt let down by other options, pistachios offer a natural, proven alternative. They're easy to find, taste great, and just a small handful a day can lead to noticeable improvements in just a few weeks. Give it a try. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you stay updated with more tips like this. Got questions or personal wins to share? Drop them in the comments below. I read every one, and your story might be exactly what another man needs to hear today. Number 3, Brazil nuts, the hormone restorer. We've talked about circulation and erection quality, but there's one more crucial piece to the puzzle of male vitality, and that's your hormones, specifically testosterone. Without adequate testosterone, energy drops, desire fades, and your entire sense of masculinity can feel like it's slipping away. That's why this third nut, Brazil nuts, is such a game changer. Brazil nuts are incredibly rich in selenium, a trace mineral that plays a central role in testosterone production, sperm health, and even prostate protection. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day can deliver your full daily requirement of selenium, and that's all it takes to start making a measurable difference. Now here's the key. Your body doesn't make selenium on its own. You have to get it from your diet, and studies show that selenium levels tend to drop as men age, especially for men over 60. Low selenium means lower testosterone, increased inflammation, and greater risk of prostate issues. That's where Brazil nuts offer such powerful support, using nothing more than what nature already designed. Let me tell you about George, one of my long-term patients. He was 66, still active and sharp, but felt like something was off. I'm eating right, I'm walking daily, but I'm just not myself, he told me. He wasn't depressed, he wasn't sick, but his energy was flat, and his libido had quietly faded away. We ran a basic hormone panel, and sure enough, his testosterone levels were lower than expected. Not dangerously low, but enough to disrupt his vitality. Rather than jumping straight to hormone therapy, I recommended a simpler approach first. Each morning, right after brushing his teeth, George started eating one Brazil nut. That's it, one small change. After a few weeks, he told me his mood had lifted. He was more focused at work, less irritable, and without trying, he started feeling interested in intimacy again. It's like my body remembered who I am, he said. That's the power of hormonal support done naturally. Selenium helps your body do what it already knows how to do, just more efficiently. It also supports the thyroid, which plays a major role in energy regulation. And it contributes to sperm quality and motility, which matters even for older men who still want to feel fully alive and capable. Now, a quick word of caution. Selenium is powerful, but more isn't better. Taking too much can be harmful, which is why one Brazil nut a day is enough. Think of it as daily hormone insurance, especially for men over 60 who want to stay sharp, energized, and hormonally balanced. So if you've been feeling flat, tired, or disconnected from your usual drive, give this a try. You might be surprised at how fast things begin to shift. And if this part struck a chord with you, I encourage you to click subscribe so you won't miss the next part of this series. Have something to say or ask? Drop a comment below or share your own experience. The more we talk about this openly, the more we all benefit. Why these three nuts work better together? On their own, each of these three nuts offers impressive benefits. Walnuts help restore blood flow, pistachios improve erection quality, and Brazil nuts support hormonal balance. But when used together, something remarkable happens. They don't just add to each other, they amplify one another's effects. This is what we call nutritional synergy. As a doctor, I've always said the human body doesn't heal in isolation. It thrives when the right systems are supported simultaneously. That's exactly what happens when you combine these three foods into a simple daily routine. You're targeting the three pillars of male performance all at once: circulation, erection strength, and hormone production. Let's break it down. Walnuts open up the blood vessels and improve the delivery of oxygen and nutrients. Pistachios build on that foundation by enhancing the body's response to arousal and physical stimulation. Then Brazil nuts come in to stabilize the internal environment by supporting testosterone and protecting the prostate. Each one complements the others. I've seen this firsthand with many of my patients, but one story stands out. A 71-year-old patient named Charles had tried everything. He'd eaten walnuts off and on, snacked on pistachios occasionally, and even heard about Brazil nuts, but never stuck with any of them consistently. When he came into my office, he said, "Doc, I feel like I've tried it all and nothing sticks." That's when I made one simple recommendation. Take all three every day for 21 days. Not randomly, not when you remember, but consistently. One Brazil nut in the morning, pistachios after lunch, and walnuts in the evening. 3 weeks later, Charles looked like a different man. "I feel lighter," he said, "more awake in the mornings. My wife even noticed I seem more present." That last word stuck with me. Presence. Because when your body is functioning well, you're more engaged, more confident, and more connected, not just in the bedroom, but in every part of your life. For men over 60, this type of transformation doesn't come from chasing miracle solutions. It comes from small, consistent actions that support the body's natural design. If this idea of combining these three nuts makes sense to you, make sure you subscribe so you won't miss the next part of this video. And I'm curious, have you ever tried combining them before? Let me know how it worked out for you or drop a question in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. The number one mistake most men make after 60. In all my years of working with men, I can tell you the biggest issue I see isn't just physical, it's mental. The number one mistake most men make after 60 is quietly accepting decline as their new normal. It usually starts small: a little less drive, a few awkward moments during intimacy, maybe a drop in energy during the day. These changes come slowly, almost invisibly, and instead of addressing them head on, many men just shrug and say, "Well, I guess this is just part of getting older." That mindset is what truly holds men back. Not aging itself, but the belief that nothing can be done about it. The truth is, your body still has incredible potential to respond and recover. The systems that control blood flow, testosterone, and sexual function may slow down, but they don't shut down unless you stop giving them what they need. And that's where so many men go wrong. They wait, they ignore, and they give up on their own power to improve. I once had a patient named Bruce, 69 years old. He was sharp, funny, and had spent most of his life taking care of others. But when it came to his own health, especially his performance, he said, "I figured those days were behind me." That kind of thinking is more common than you'd imagine. What changed for Bruce wasn't some high-tech treatment. It was his mindset. Once he understood that small, consistent actions, like adding a few specific nuts to his diet each day, could actually restore some of the vitality he thought was gone, he began to take himself seriously again. And within a few weeks, everything started to shift. More energy, better sleep, stronger response to arousal, and most importantly, confidence. If you're a man over 60, here's what I want you to take away from this section. Don't assume decline is permanent. Don't tell yourself it's too late. Your body is always listening, always responding, but you have to give it the right input. It's not about becoming 25 again. It's about reclaiming your strength, focus, and presence as the man you are today. If that perspective feels new or empowering to you, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you've ever caught yourself falling into that mindset of quiet resignation, tell me in the comments, or better yet, share how you plan to push back. You might just inspire another man to do the same. The daily vitality routine. You don't need a dozen supplements, complicated meal plans, or a shelf full of health books to feel like yourself again. What you need is a simple, repeatable system, one that supports your energy, hormones, and performance without overwhelming your daily life. That's exactly what this daily routine is designed to do. It takes less than 5 minutes total, requires zero equipment, and uses only 3 natural foods: walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. Let me walk you through how to make this routine part of your everyday life, especially if you're a man over 60 looking to rebuild strength from the inside out. Morning. Start your day with 1 Brazil nut. That's all it takes to get your full daily dose of selenium, the mineral that supports testosterone, protects your prostate, and helps regulate mood and energy. I usually recommend keeping a small jar in the bathroom cabinet or next to your toothbrush. It's simple, easy to remember, and it sets the tone for the day. Afternoon. After lunch, reach for a handful of unsalted pistachios. This is the perfect time to support blood flow and avoid that midday energy crash. Pistachios help stabilize blood sugar and deliver L-arginine to keep nitric oxide levels steady throughout the day. Plus, they're satisfying and help curb less healthy cravings. Evening. About an hour before bed, have a small handful of walnuts. They'll help support nighttime circulation, reduce inflammation, and give your body the nutrients it needs for tissue repair and hormonal balance while you sleep. I often suggest pairing it with a calming tea or enjoying it as your final treat of the day. What's powerful about this routine isn't just the foods themselves, but the consistency. When you give your body what it needs at the right times, you begin to create rhythm and stability, 2 things that aging bodies crave more than ever. I've had patients tell me that within 2 to 3 weeks of following this exact routine, they notice changes: more energy in the mornings, firmer erections, improved mental clarity, and an overall sense of feeling like myself again. And remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself in small but meaningful ways every day. That's where lasting change comes from. If this routine sounds like something you could actually stick with, I encourage you to subscribe so you'll keep receiving practical strategies like this one. Got a question about how to make it fit into your day? Drop it in the comments. Or if you've tried it and felt a difference, I'd love to hear your story. Your experience matters. Final reflections. You still have more to give. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this: your best days are not behind you. Even if you're a man over 60 and things have slowed down, that doesn't mean they have to stop. You've learned how 3 simple nuts can support blood flow, restore natural erections, and reignite testosterone, not through magic, but through biology. That's powerful. But even more powerful is the message behind it. You are still capable of change. Too many men give up quietly. They accept fatigue, loss of drive, or intimacy issues as just part of aging. But I've seen what happens when a man decides to take action, even with something as small as changing how he eats. Confidence returns, desire returns, life begins to feel full again. The truth is, your body wants to respond. It just needs the right support. And when you give it that support consistently, day by day, you're not only restoring function, you're reclaiming the man inside you. So here's my challenge to you. Don't stop here. Take what you've learned and apply it. Start today. You deserve to feel strong, connected, and fully alive at any age. If this message resonated with you, please take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss out on more practical, empowering content designed just for men like you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Stay well, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.